This ASMR is going to be about self love, the journey to finding it, sustaining it, not letting it disappear again. Um, so, personally, my self love journey has been a huge roller coaster. It starts when you realize that you don't love yourself due to bad events that happen, trauma. You start questioning yourself. The people around you start to disrespect you. It could be a multitude of things, but one day you wake up and realize that you don't love yourself, and the the moment you're aware of this is the moment that you can change things. So, personally, I've always had low self-esteem. As a kid, I was not a very confident kid. I was raised in a dysfunctional household. My parents, they were really young when they had us, so they did not have the proper tools to raise vibrant, thriving children. But that's a story for a different day. Since then, they've become better human beings and they've always loved us. It's just at the time they were not equipped with showing us that we are, special, and um, it was few and far between. They were emotionally not as mature as parents should be, but it's okay. I've forgiven them since. It's been a long road, it's been a long journey, but I'm in a place where I feel like I can talk about it, and maybe this will help somebody out there. But it started for me, at least when I was in my 20s. I was in a really toxic relationship, and I was allowing somebody to be very disrespectful to me, and I was in the middle of it. And one day I watched a show on the Oprah network, and it caused me to question what I was doing in the situation that I was in. Um, I started my plan to pack my things and leave. I didn't explain myself. It took me a couple of weeks to get some money together and get my stuff together and get rid of some stuff I didn't need. But I finally got the courage to pack up and go. Um, I left and I stayed at my mom's house. Luckily, she let me stay there and get a job and save up some money to figure out what I was going to do. Um, so yeah, one day it just hit me. Why am I allowing somebody to treat me this way? Um, as a teenager, it was a false sense of confidence, I think. I would hang around certain groups of people. I was allowing certain behaviors from these groups of people that are not particularly healthy. And luckily, I got out of those situations. And those situations being people doing lots of drugs and poisoning their bodies excessively, um, using each other, the backstabbing, friendships, things like that. I wanted acceptance from them. I stuck around, same situation. One day I just stopped hanging out with them, so I took my power back in that moment as well. I think when we take inventory of our lives and realize that the people around us are not there for our greater good and they don't have our best intentions at heart, it can be painful because you feel deceived and hurt because you had trust in them. But when you walk away and break off those friendships and move on with your life, it becomes it feels like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders. You just have to do it. And toxic people are everywhere. You just have to, over time, look out for the red flags and think to yourself, are they giving me reciprocal energy, reciprocal attention? Do they actually care about me, or is this a one-sided friendship or relationship? Do I need to cut this person out of my life? Sometimes it's better to have a smaller circle of people that actually care about you than to have a lot of acquaintances that are shallow and surface level and that are talking about you behind your back and don't have anything good to provide for you or your mental health or your emotional well-being. I think journaling has also helped. That's another tip during this ASMR self-love conversation. Um, you can journal, let some emotions out on paper, write out a lot of deep, dark feelings. It's therapeutic. I know it's cliche to journal, but even getting something out on paper can feel like a sense of relief, no matter how small. Even recording videos such as this, talking about it with somebody that you can trust, journaling, online forums have helped me immensely. Other people, finding forums that have similar people in similar situations that are expressing themselves even under an anonymous account is very helpful. Um, I just think taking moments of isolation and self-reflection are important too, because when you're in the middle of a situation that's toxic, you become blinded almost because you're so immersed in it that it's hard to see the outer, bigger perspective. And when you take a step back and look at it with a bird's eye view, it's easier to see what's really going on in your life and what's going on around you. So you could be so close to a situation that you're not seeing it clearly. That could also be the case. So, but then again, there's some, it's every situation is different. You just have to discern for yourself, or if the person's worth keeping in your life, or if it's something you have to ponder and journal about, do that. I highly recommend it. It's helped me immensely. I've unfortunately had to let some friendships go over the last few years, and it's hard, it's painful, but it's made me become a healthier individual. It's helped me to grow. It's helped me to realize what I do and don't want in a friendship or a relationship. I've had people use me in the past. I've had people make fun of me behind my back. I've had people, there's been a multitude of horrible situations that I've gone through. But I think that's life, and that's just what's caused me to become the person that I am today. I've worked very hard to not let it make me bitter, because I think it's a real tragedy when I see people that have grown up and gotten older and they don't let go of grudges, and they become bitter and angry, and they don't let things go, and I think that's a tragedy because life has a lot to offer, even though there are a lot of dark aspects to this human experience. I just believe that they can be used for lessons instead of making you a bitter person. So yeah, I've worked pretty hard. I'm still working on letting some things go. I don't think the work ever comes to a complete stop. I think sometimes certain situations and memories come back, not to haunt you, but to just reflect on how far you've gotten since those situations happened. So I would take inventory and look around your world and see what feels right, what doesn't. Journal, take some time to yourself, do some self reflection, question who really is there for you, who loves you, who wants the best for you, and who might be toxic and bringing you down. And you've just been so used to it that you don't see anything wrong with it. Some people, unfortunately, just will always stay the same and won't grow. But I believe that a lot of people will grow, even though they've been that bad friend in the past. I think it's an opportunity to grow as a person and become a better person. And forgiving yourself is important too, because I know I haven't been the best friend in the past either. I've been I've been a good friend in some situations and a bad one in others. I don't think anyone. I mean, there's no manual on how to navigate life, so it's kind of everyone has a unique perspective and unique situation. I think as long as you continue to strive to be better and have good morals and a good moral compass, I think we're all just doing the best that we can. So don't be too hard on yourself. I think we all just need to find that light, even though it seems like the world around you can be so dark and hellish. Life is, I mean, life is just an array of emotions and ups and downs. I think learning to navigate them is the key to learning to love yourself. Until next time, thank you.